from the WYLN studios in Hazleton, Pennsylvania. WYLN Evening Edition at 5:30 starts right now.
Good evening. It's Thursday, May 7th, 2015. I'm Ann Gownley. A fatal accident closed down parts of Interstate 81 northbound this morning. The accident involved a tractor trailer at exit 178A, which caused significant delays all the way from the accident scene to the North Cross Valley Expressway interchange. Traffic northbound was restricted to a single lane shortly before 8 a.m. There was also congestion southbound in that area. Both lanes of Interstate 81 North reopened around 3:30 this afternoon. Pennsylvania State Police confirmed that the crash was fatal. The cause of the accident is still under investigation. Police in West Hazleton are investigating how a vehicle got hit by gunfire on Sunday, May 3rd around 2 o'clock in the morning. It happened near the intersection of North 4th and Tamarack Streets in the borough. When officers arrived on scene, they found a 2012 Toyota Prius with a gunshot hole to the left rear tail light area. Officers recovered a .40 caliber projectile from inside the trunk and a spent shell casing on the ground. Anyone with information is asked to contact the West Hazleton Police Department at 570-455-3733 or dial 911. No one was injured during an early morning gunfire in Wilkes-Barre. According to city police, a home was struck by a round in the early morning hours on Thursday in the area of Scott and Pine Streets. Police responded just after 1 a.m. and witnesses told them that a silver sedan with a black male passenger in the passenger seat stopped at a traffic signal. Witnesses went on to say that the passenger put his arm out of the window and opened fire from a pistol. The vehicle was last seen headed south on Scott Street. No injuries were reported. Anyone with information is asked to call the Wilkes-Barre Police Department at 570-826-8106. An Ashley man was arrested on outstanding drug charges on Tuesday. 38-year-old Bobby Maurice Wicks of Manhattan Street was arrested by Hanover Township Police and charged with delivering heroin on Hazel Street. Wicks's charges include possession with intent to deliver a controlled substance and possession of a controlled substance. Tonight he is behind bars at the Luzerne County Prison in lieu of $25,000 bail. Eckley Miners Village will be getting an official state historic marker from the Pennsylvania Historical and Museum Commission. The marker will be presented during a ceremony on Friday, May 15th at 2 p.m. The marker will be dedicated to the memory of Dr. John Hansley and Beth Hansley. Part of that plaque will read founded in 1854 as Fillmore. It was renamed for noted mining engineer Eckley Cox. It was built to house anthracite coal miners and their families, along with many European immigrants. There are more than 2,000 blue historical signs in Pennsylvania recognizing significant stories of the state's history. The public is invited to attend the dedication ceremony at the Eckley Museum next Friday. Whether you are in the mood for breakfast or a fine Italian dining experience, you can stop by Sisters by Day and Bobby D's by Night. WYLN's Julie Stefanovich was at the grand opening this afternoon.
The newly transformed Sisters by Day and 3 Bobby D's by Night restaurant on Locust Street in Hazleton celebrated its grand opening this afternoon. The establishment has been in Cunningham Mayor Joe Corelli's family for years.
Special day to open up the restaurant. I know Bobby a real long time. We're really good friends, and we became partners in this. And this restaurant just fits because it was part of my family. My brother owned this restaurant and passed away a couple of years ago, and his daughters run it now. And for us to take over and become Sisters by Day and 3 Bobby D's by Night is really special for us because we keep his legacy alive.
The restaurant offers breakfast, lunch specials, Italian delicacies, and a New York-style pizza has just been added to the menu, which is handcrafted by Chef Bobby Defoe.
Everything is done from scratch. We use no frozen product there. Everything's made right fresh in the pan. I mean, that's the way I was taught in culinary school and coming from New York. And my grandparents migrated from Italy. They were the best teachers, right? We specialize in we specialize in all courses. I call it the New York style cooking. I'm from the Bronx, and working man's menu. Come on down and try us.
Mayor Joe Yannuzzi was on hand at today's ribbon cutting and wishes the business much success.
I'm very pleased. I was really excited about this because it's a new concept. It's where the morning breakfast and lunch is separate from the lunch and dinner. Two different operators of one business. It's a new concept for Hazleton, and I'm glad to see that it's here. And I know the people, and I know it's going to be a success.
The restaurant serves breakfast from 7 until 11 a.m. weekdays and from 7 a.m. until 1 p.m. on the weekends. Lunch and dinner specials follow. The restaurant is at 789 Locust Street in Hazleton, and takeouts are also available. Reporting in Hazleton for WYLN News, I'm Julie Stefanovich.
Last night on Late Edition, we told you how teachers from the Shenandoah Valley School District may strike this week. The teachers have been working without a contract since 2012. According to the superintendent, he received a letter from the teachers union that they may strike this week. Superintendent Rakowski said that a strike will not affect the planned graduation date for the class of 2015, which is scheduled for June 1st. If the teachers do strike, the administration will step in to teach the seniors so they can graduate on time. The last time the teachers held a strike in Shenandoah was in the 1994-1995 school year. That's the latest. That lasted 25 days. Primary election day is Tuesday, May 19th, and once again, WYLN is taking the lead when it comes to bringing you all the information you need on election night. This year, host Don Pachens will be joined by Tiffany Cloud, former Hazleton Mayor Mike Marsicano, and current Assistant Wilkes-Barre Solicitor Bill Vinsco Jr. Both Marsicano and Vinsco have been longtime fixtures in the area, and this year's discussion will sure to be a lively one. WYLN's Gary Perna, Kristen Bazinski, and myself, along with the rest of the crew from WYLN, will be out in the field covering various races in our area. So make sure you tune in to WYLN on May 19th beginning at 8 o'clock. And remember, WYLN is your election station. Time now for a first look at our forecast. Chief Meteorologist Joe Garbacik is in the Weather Center with the details. The sun is shining and the temperatures are rising. What kind of weather can we expect this weekend if we are planning any outdoor activities?
Overall, not looking too bad across our area for this upcoming weekend. In fact, right now, across the Northeast, really nothing going on. We have lots of sunshine out there, no precipitation to deal with whatsoever, and these high temperatures over the past 24 hours, 70s and 80s, you can't get much nicer for this time of year. Even right now it's nice, 76 in New Angola, 81 in Berwick, 81 in Bloomsburg, 81 degrees in Danville. And when you walk outside, it actually feels comfortable. If you look at these dew point numbers as we go through tonight, even into tomorrow, they're going to continue to stay in the 50s to near 60 degrees. Anything under 60, it's pretty comfortable when you walk outside. But as we go into our Saturday and Sunday, these numbers are going to go up. As those numbers go up, we introduce you to some humidity in our forecast. I'll explain all about it coming up in just a few.
Thanks, Joe. Coming up next, students at Marion High School learn the consequences of drinking and driving with a mock crash stationed right outside their high school. Plus, gifted students from the greater Hazleton area, along with Weatherly, took part in a science, technology, engineering, and mathematics career day and heard from those in careers pertaining to those fields. Stay tuned. That and much more is headed your way, only on WYLN.
You're watching WYLN News, Greater Hazleton's only local news broadcast with Ann Gownley, Gary Perna, Julie Stefanovich, Kristen Bazinski, weather with Joe Garbacik, and sports with Eric DeBerardinis and Gabriella Justin.
Express Care. Walk in and you walk into the region's most trusted health network.
Penn State is right here in the Hazleton area.
We're top ranked by corporate recruiters.
We have 4-year degrees, so you can finish here
or at another Penn State campus.
There's new scholarship money available.
And there's no application fee when you visit here.
Penn State Hazleton.
Download your application fee waiver at psu.edu/visit Hazleton. Zanolini Small Engine Repairs, your local full-service garage specializing in the sale of the Skag line mowers, the best built cutting commercial lawnmower made in the USA. Your first service on the new mower is free if you mention WYLN, so make your summer work easier. Buy local and service local. Zanolini's full-service garage. At Whitetail Preserve, they pride themselves with giving their guests 5-star service. They are now open for lunch 6 days a week and offer limited delivery service for lunch to businesses in Cunningham, Valmont, and Humboldt Industrial Park. Call them at 570-384-2314.
A real-life situation played out at a school in Schuylkill County this afternoon, warning students about the dangers of drinking and driving. WYLN's Gary Perna has the story.
This afternoon, students from Marion High School near Tamaqua received a valuable life lesson not to drink and drive or drive distracted. The students witnessed a mock DUI crash that was set up in the parking lot by the Rush Township Police and Fire Departments. In the mock crash, one student was killed, one student was arrested for drinking and driving, and others were injured. The mock crash comes as students are preparing for prom. Schuylkill County Deputy Coroner David Trukowski said the schools team up with emergency responders once every so many years to put on a scene like this to show students the consequences of drinking and driving.
Usually prom season, high schools do a program like this. Some high schools do it every year. Some high schools do it every 2 or 3 years as the classes cycle through. It's important that all high schools focus on doing this at least once every couple of years so that a student going through their high school career can at least witness one of these, because this is as real as it gets.
The students that were onlookers saw how firefighters cut apart a car to get the victims out, along with seeing how EMTs and medics care for patients. Trachowski said for some, it was hard to watch.
At times, when I stand back and take a look at the crowd, I'll see people either, they're high school kids, so they get distracted, they'll joke around, but I do see people crying, and some people have to walk away because it impacts them. They're the ones I don't have to worry about, drinking and driving.
The deputy coroner said these mock crashes are not just for the students.
This is not just for kids. I mean, I'm an adult, and occasionally I'll find myself looking at my phone when it goes off. Don't do it. You can kill somebody or kill yourself, because it only takes a split second for you to go into the other lane and hit a car.
The mock crash was so lifelike, even a medevac helicopter was called in to airlift one patient that was injured. After the crash was cleaned up, the students heard from a guest speaker who lost her nephew in a deadly crash.
Nephew Dave Guzik was 24 years old when he was killed as the result of the decisions and choices made by an irresponsible, distracted driver. He was driving a motorcycle on March 9, 2013 when he was involved in a very serious crash in Pine Grove Township in Schuylkill County. And, my message is that no family should have to undergo what my family has had to go through over the past 2.5 years.
Guzik said life is about choices that you make.
Life's all about choices and decisions, and I think kids, high school kids in particular, as we enter prom season, need to be aware that distracted driving is a very dangerous thing to do, and the consequences are significant. And in my family's situation, they were deadly.
Being able to talk about her experience with the students is something Guzik said she has to do.
In my experience, and having done this now for about a year and a half, I guess, I've been traveling throughout the county, I can tell you that when I do these presentations, you can hear a pin drop. So I have to believe that they're listening. And I think if you give them a personal, private story, they get it. They're getting it. I think they're getting it. And even if it changes the attitude of 5 people in the room, then my coming here was worth doing that.
The fire, EMS, and police officers that took part in today's mock crash remind everyone to be careful when you're driving. Your life could change in a moment. In Rush Township, for WYLN News, I'm Gary Perna.
Thank you very much, Gary. Coming up next, Chief Meteorologist Joe Garbacik is back with a full look at our forecast, plus details on what students learned this morning at Weatherly Elementary Middle School during the STEM Career Day. Stay tuned.
Are you tired of your old car? Independence Toyota Scion in the Airport Beltway in Hazleton has an incredible spring savings deal for you. It's Chris Stash's Cash for Clunkers time. $3,000 minimum pre-owned trade-in allowance. Chris doesn't care if you push that old clunker in, pull that tired old clunker in, get it there any way you can, and trade it for a car you'll love to drive. Over 80 pre-owned vehicles are available, all inspected, detailed, and ready to go. Independence Toyota Scion in Hazleton for exceptional service, the best selection of vehicles, and a minimum trade-in allowance of $3,000 for your clunker. Stop in and see Chris and his friendly team today.
Hello, I'm Jeff Cassett. When we were children, my parents always told us that if we ever had a problem, that we should go to City Hall and we would be safe there. Now, if you go there, you are met with locked doors, boarded up windows, and a sign that says call 911. This is unacceptable. The people should have direct contact with their police department. When I am elected mayor, I will reopen City Hall 24/7. On May 19th, vote for change and new leadership. Vote Jeff Cassett, Mayor.
They say a picture's worth 1,000 words. Here at Classic Floor Covering, we take pride in all our works of art. Take a look at a few. Classic Floor Covering. Who do you trust for your floor covering needs?
Well, it's a gorgeous day to be outdoors. We got lots of sunshine, a few of those cumulus clouds present, but other than that, beautiful for this time of year. Definitely not feeling spring-like. It's actually feeling more like it's summer across our area. On to the weather map for today, and overall a nice day across northeastern and central Pennsylvania. Any type of precipitation generally has been out toward the west, and we've been dealing with the very warm temperatures, but yet comfortable conditions. Those dew point numbers still very low. As I showed you earlier in the broadcast, it's comfortable when you walk outside, but that's going to change a little bit as we head into this weekend. Live 35 Skycast Doppler, nothing to show you. Wilkes-Barre through Scranton, Bloomsburg, Berwick, Williamsport, all points at this time remaining dry. We're at 78 degrees, our live Lehigh tire conditions outside our television station in Hazleton, and a little bit of a breeze, 5 to as much as 10 miles per hour. Our Coordinated Health Almanac page for the day, 80 and 54, the split in temperatures. That's above the average high of 67. 90 and 31 are the records. 554, 807, sunrise and sunset for tomorrow. 76 in Mount Pocono, 82 Wilkes-Barre Scranton International Airport, at 78 in State College, and 84 degrees in Pittsburgh. Upper 70s, lower 80s up in the Wyoming Valley area. Very nice. Just a couple of those cumulus clouds out there. Other than that, lots of sunshine present throughout the entire state of Pennsylvania. Now, as we head through tomorrow, not looking too bad across our area. There's that isolated chance of maybe a sprinkle or a pop-up shower, but that's about it. And then as we go into this upcoming weekend, Saturday and Sunday, looking pretty nice. Tonight dropping down into the 50s. Tomorrow, 70s. Some areas will be in the lower 80s. A mild night for tomorrow night, 50s to lower 60s as you wake up early Saturday morning. So it'll be warm tomorrow. Humidity level slightly higher, but still not that bad. You really won't feel a big difference until this upcoming weekend for Saturday as those dew point numbers get up there and the humidity starts to be on the increase as we go into this weekend. Area of low pressure. Definitely worth watching as we go into the next day or two down toward the south and east. A little bit early in the season for hurricane season, but you know what? We're in May. It's not out of the question. Anything can happen, as we know in the weather department. 77 for tomorrow, maybe a stray shower or sprinkle. Looking good for the weekend. Maybe some showers and storms early next week. Slightly cooler by the middle part of next week. 91, the Pick 2. Daytime Pennsylvania lottery number. The Pick 3, 243, and a Pick 4, 2636. We'll continue to have more for you coming up after these commercial messages.
Tujac Cycle and Power Sports is your power sports authority. Here you'll find a brand selection that can't be beat. From 2 wheels, 3 wheels, 4 wheels, and on the water too. Plus, Tujac has the apparel and accessories to make you feel like a pro. So hold on to your seat and rev it up at Tujac Cycle and Power Sports, Cole Street, Wilkes-Barre, your power sports authority.
It always feels good to pull my own part. Saves a lot of money too.
I've never actually pulled it before, but I think it's time.
It's environmentally conscious, and it can be a lot of fun.
If you're a do-it-yourselfer who's up for an adventure, then come out to Harry's You Pull It. Pull your own quality recycled auto parts for up to 90% off the cost of buying new. Savings like that will keep more money in the bank, which could lead to even greater fun. Harry's You Pull It. WeGotUsed.com.
I grew up in Pittston. I know what it takes to live in a small town. I know a lot of these people, and they know me.
And that's why I believe everyone should have access to high-quality, affordable health care. And why I'm pleased to tell you about a new choice, Coordinated Health. I want the very best for my family, friends, and neighbors, and I know Coordinated Health
will bring a new level of patient care to the Wyoming Valley.
Elementary and middle school students in the gifted programs at Weatherly and Hazleton area had the opportunity to learn about careers in the field of science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. WYLN stopped by for the big program. It was a day full of learning about careers within the fields of science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. Elementary and middle school students from the gifted programs at Weatherly and Hazleton Area School District participated in the STEM Career Day. The program was made possible through Project SAGE, securing a greener environment, and Greater Hazleton Partners in Education. Kathy Colangelo is the executive director of PI and said the students had the opportunity to really learn from this experience and hear from those in certain fields within the STEM program.
Partners in Education's mission, we are a nonprofit, and our mission is to provide information and bring together businesses and the local school districts so that the students have an idea of what kind of careers are out there. We brought in speakers from the area to talk about the STEM careers, because these careers are available in our area. You don't have to go far to be able to find careers in science and math.
Students we spoke with said today's program was an eye-opener and helped them understand what they may want as a future career.
The STEM day was a great experience because I want to be an agricultural engineer when I'm older, and so I got to learn a lot about the different fields that I can go into with that career and how I can expand on what I want to do in life.
I wanted to know more about what we could do, and my sister's always been going to them. She has all these things from it, and she says it's really great, so I wanted to try it myself too.
It was a lot of fun, and I learned a lot of new things that I didn't know could happen, like how they reuse sand over and over again for different building things with metal and stuff. They use sand over and over again to make the molds and stuff like that.
The students love it. They were asking questions to the instructors, and they were asking questions to Jill on the. They were going up and talking to her as she's Skyping us and asking different questions. Quite frankly, the questions were a little above my head, but these kids they're very impressive. So we have a lot to look forward to our future students.
Those students also had some advice for those who may be interested in taking part in future programs.
Do it. You may get some inspiration on what you want to do. It's a great program.
It's really fun, and you learn lots of new things, and you might find out what you want to be when you get older.
It's a lot of fun, and you can learn about a lot of ways that STEM is used in careers anymore, and that just to get involved would be really helpful.
Colangelo says organizers of this year's STEM Career Day hope to continue this program for many years to come. Coming up next, Gabriella Justin is in with sports. Stay tuned.
At Cuck's Turkey Farm, we are family owned and operated for over 45 years, and we consistently strive to produce premium poultry. We offer the finest all-natural country poultry, antibiotic-free, all-vegetarian fed with superior white meat yield and exceptional flavor. So we invite you to experience the unique natural taste of our poultry for your enjoyment and your health. Give us a call or stop in today.
For all your projects large and small, Bedrock Gardens has it all. They are fully stocked and ready to fill your order. Rubber mulch and rubber curbing to match. Lots of color choices to pick from. Wall stone, natural stone, full pallets ready to go. Their bins are full with rich colored quality mulch that will look wonderful all season long. Finish off your fabulous outdoor space with their quality patio furniture and easy to assemble fire pits. Everything you need for your summer projects. Delivery available, or just stop by and they will load you up. Bedrock Gardens, locally owned and operated. Call today.
We start off today's sports with a press conference at Hazleton Area High School. The press conference announced the plans of one Hazleton area multi-sport athlete who will be continuing her scholar athlete career at the collegiate level. The local name Lexi Wolk might be familiar to some of you, as she is a two-sport letter winner with the Lady Cougar basketball and softball teams. Wolk announced that she will be attending King's College of Wilkes-Barre. Here's what our local athlete had to say about her plans.
It's exciting. I'm glad my parents could come. They've been my biggest supporters this entire ride, and just glad to be playing softball at the next level.
Wolk, who will be attending King's College to pursue her career as a physician's assistant, is excited that her athletic career does not yet have to come to an end.
It's a lot better because during basketball I had my senior night and that was heartbreaking, so I'm glad I don't have to do that again because I'll know I'll be playing softball in college.
The mother of the future King softball player, Lisa, couldn't be more thankful and excited for her daughter's opportunity at King's College.
This is really a big deal for our family. We've sort of watched her evolve with a ball in her hand, either a basketball or a softball, since she's 5 years old, so this is a really important day for us, and we're really proud of her. She's accomplished a lot.
And of course, we at WYLN would like to wish the best of luck to Lexi as she takes her athletic career to the next level. After a third-period goal by Connor Sherry sent the Wilkes-Barre Scranton Pens into overtime with the Manchester Monarchs last night, the second longest game in WBS Pens history took place. The Baby Pens went into triple overtime with the Monarchs at 4:13 in triple OT. Monarchs' Zach O'Brien put the game to rest as the Monarchs defeated the Pens 4-3 in Game 1 of the Eastern Conference semifinal. 20-year-old goaltender Matt Murray taking his first loss of the postseason, but still with an impressive 52 saves on 56 shots. Here's what WBS Pens head coach John Hines had to say about the Round 2 Game 1 loss.
I understand what happened in the game. You could go the other way and beat the team 8-0 and get too carried away. So it was one game. We battled hard. We didn't think it was our best game, but we thought we battled hard, and unfortunately for us, we didn't win it. But it's one game, so we need to just start focusing in on tomorrow.
The Penguins will face the Monarchs again tonight in Manchester. Puck drops at 7 p.m. Tune into WYLN's Late Edition tonight for an update on that. Stay tuned. Coming up next, Chief Meteorologist Joe Garbaczyk is back with the forecast here on WYLN.
All Care Home Care, the health care that you need in the comfort and privacy of your own home.
At All Care Home Care, our caring and compassionate staff of skilled nurses, occupational speech, physical therapists, dietitian, social worker, and home health aides will give you the professional care you need. Call 459-3002.
With All Care Home Care, you will feel so much better and be able to do so much more.
Remember, it's still your choice. For your care, call us and we'll be there.
Should be filled with the ingredients that most inspire you. And let relaxed sophistication fill the air and the walls around it. Find beautiful cabinetry, finishes, and details that capture your personal style. Craft-made. It becomes you.
Call, click, or visit your local Craft-Made dealer today.
Okay, well, we got nothing to show you on radar. It continues to remain dry across all of our viewing area. Temperature-wise, very nice. We got 70s and some areas in the lower 80s. And this nice weather, it's going to be nice. I just said nice twice. Well, you know what? I'll say nice, 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 because it's going to be nice. There's a look at the nice 7-day forecast. Temperature-wise, very good. Very, why do I want to say nice?
Very good. I just want to know
it's 70s to near 80, yes. To near 80 degrees, and maybe Monday a couple of showers and storms. Cooler by the middle part of next week, but overall, nice.
So we'll be finding a thesaurus for you in a little bit.
Definitely. You know what? I think there's one in the newsroom. We'll bring it out to you, and we could find, something else. Kind of cynical.
Well, a little bit muggier as we go into this weekend.
It was actually a little bit today with the sun shining down. It wasn't bad.
It was comfortable.
It was comfortable. So some more days of that to look forward to, except for that rain. Eric asked you to get rid of it.
Better than snow.
I'll take it. Have a good night, everyone, and enjoy this weather.
Daganero. And number 8, Dan's Eyes In. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to this WYLN Sports Special presentation of the Valley West Little League Showcase, game number 2, featuring Cunningham Builders and Valley Pharmacy, brought to you by Coordinated Health. Better together, both teams on the field. And before we give our introductions, it's now time for our national anthem. Having some technical difficulties here getting the national anthem prepared, so we have a few minutes. As you are looking live at Whispering Willows Park, home of the Valley West Little League, I'm Marty Burns, joined once again by Fred Barletta Jr., Jim Burns on the stats. And as we mentioned, game 2 out of 4 in this Valley West Little League Showcase. And Freddie, I know we were trying to dodge the raindrops the other night, but tonight looks like a perfect night for Little League Baseball.
Yeah, I don't think rain is going to be a problem tonight. Get a nicer night than this, be hard-pressed. I mean, there is nice sunshine, no wind, and temperature just about right. And good night for baseball right here at Whispering Willows. Looking forward to it as always, Marty.
And we are set for our national anthem. That has been our national anthem. And now we're hearing the Little League Pledge as we're just moments away from the start of game number 2 of the Valley West Little League Showcase here on WYLN, featuring Cunningham Builders, who will be hitting first, and the home team, Valley Pharmacy. And for Cunningham Builders, the lineup put forth by manager Phil Guzza has Connor Wolf at shortstop leading off. Antonio Daganero, the catcher, hits second. Gavin Guzza in center field hits third. Matt Abreu, the pitcher, will hit fourth. Dante LaRocque at third base hits fifth. Kit Danzeisen at first base hits sixth. Soren Miller, the second baseman, hits seventh. Zach Mahalik in right field will hit eighth. Caden Cash, the left fielder, hits ninth as they face the right-hander for Valley Pharmacy, Brady Pettit. And behind Brady defensively at first base, Zach Walp. Luke Gennaro is at second. John Scuba is at short. Stephen Papp is the third baseman. In the outfield from left to right is Max Barrett, Joe Scuba, Sam Shagan. Michael Kilker doing the catching for the right-hander for Valley Pharmacy, Brady Pettit. And all we have left is to introduce the men in blue for tonight. Mr. Steve Clabia behind the plate, Mr. Steve Falatovich on the bases, and you know, Freddie Falatovich was very quick to brag in the second inning the other night that he hadn't been hit with a foul ball, and then probably in the third inning he was. So now he's taken the bases, and before the game he said, "I'm not getting hit tonight, I'm on the bases." So we'll have to see if he manages to get hit by being down on the bases, and if he keeps turning his back talking to people in the crowd, that's a sure way of getting hit.
Yeah, got to be nimble. I like the odds more when you're behind the plate. That doesn't mean you're safe when you're out on the bases by any means. So we'll keep an eye on it.
Cunningham Builders will start off with the left-hand hitting shortstop Connor Wolf. The 10-year-old shortstop. And first pitch swing, he fouls it off third base side. One strike to count on Connor Wolf. The player bio brought to you by Burger Family Dealership on Connor. And he's down the count 0-2. Favorite food is a bacon cheeseburger. And with Fred Barletta sitting next to me, we do have to mention his favorite athlete being center fielder of the Yankees, Jacoby Ellsbury. And just like Ellsbury, takes it the other way down the left field line. Wolf rounds first. He's into second with a leadoff double.
Very Jacoby Ellsbury-like, Marty, no question. Swinging from the left side plate, he went with the pitch, opposite way, and leadoff double. Can't do much better than that out of the leadoff spot.
And somewhere, Fred, Tim Thompson is smiling. The first two hitters hitting from the left side of the plate. As Antonio Daganero, the catcher, and his bio brought to you by Burger Family Dealerships. Favorite athlete is Kevin Durant of the Thunder, and his favorite food is crabs.
It's the second time we've heard crabs. I wonder if these guys know that if you're going to go with the crabs, you got to go with the Baltimore Orioles.
Well, you give the exception to Connor since he did pick a Yankee, so
we'll let it slide.
Let it slide.
We'll let it slide.
Okay. The 2-1 pitch to Daganero is high, 3-1. Connor Wolf, a leadoff base runner on a leadoff double, is at second. Nobody out here in the top of the first, just underway from Whispering Willows Park in Cunningham. And Daganero forces the walk. First two runners on for Cunningham Builders. That'll bring up their center fielder, Gavin Guzza. Mentioned Phil Guzza, the manager. He's being assisted by Tony Daganero, Brad Miller, and Kit Danzeisen. Guzza fouls that one off. One strike to count.
That's a second of the first three batters, Marty, hacking at that first pitch, and why not? If it's in there, go after it. Might be the best pitch you see in the series, but very impressed.
Guzza hits this one off the glove of Pettit. Gennaro tries for the tag, loses the baseball. Coming around to score is Wolf, and it's 1-0 Cunningham Builders.
Well, not exactly as you draw it up, getting that run across, but it worked. Really nothing that Valley Pharmacy did wrong, because just inadvertently went off the glove, went to the right spot, run scores.
Brings up the pitcher, Matt Abreu. Matt's player bio brought to you by Burger Family Dealerships. Favorite food is pizza. And arguably maybe the hottest start in Major League Baseball, his favorite athlete, Nelson Cruz of the Mariners. The 1-1 to Abreu. Outside 2-1.
One of the few bright spots so far for the Mariners. King Felix and him, other than that, not going as they drew it up, but boy, he can hit.
Abreu fouls that one off. Count evens at 2-2. Daganero is at second. Guzza at first. A run in, nobody out here in the top of the first. Cunningham Builders with an early 1-0 advantage on the Valley Athletic Supply scoreboard. And it's 2-2. Count goes full, 3-2. Pettit winds, the payoff pitch. Abreu pops it up in the infield fly rule called. Gennaro under it, makes the catch for the first out of the first inning. And a big out there for Pettit here with this early threat from Cunningham Builders.
Right, that was the cleanup hitter, so point well taken, Marty. That's you wanted to make sure he didn't hurt you early in the game.
Brings up Dante LaRocque. And made it tough for the base runners. Sometimes you get those wild pitches behind the catcher and it's an easy advance, but that hit so hard off the backstop that the base runners could not advance. Dante LaRocque's player bio. His favorite food is chicken wings. Favorite sport, golf, which relates to what he wants to be when he grows up, and that's a professional golfer. This one hit to the left side. Picked up by John Scuba. He'll go to second to get the out there. Moving up to third is Daganero. Safe at first is LaRocque. And 2 out here in the first inning. It brings up Kit Dan Zeisen. First pitch catches the outside corner for a strike. 0-1 on Dan Zeisen. Gets Dan Zeisen's player bio brought to you by Burger Family Dealership. His favorite food is pierogies, and I don't know, these kids are starting to get way too smart for me. I can't speak for you, but Kit would like to be an electrical engineer when he grows up.
You're allowed to speak for me on that one. When I was playing Little League, the only thing I knew about electricity, don't stick your finger in those sockets. That was about it.
Yeah. The 0-2 pitch. This one hit at the second base bag. John Scuba comes over and makes the catch to retire the side. But Cunningham Builders gets a run on 2 hits. 2 left on through half an inning. Cunningham Builders 1. Valley Pharmacy coming to bat. The Valley West Little League Showcase brought to you by Coordinated Health.
I grew up in Pittston. I know what it takes to live in a small town. I know a lot of these people, and they know me.
And that's why I believe everyone should have access to high-quality, affordable health care. And why I'm pleased to tell you about a new choice, Coordinated Health. I want the very best for my family, friends, and neighbors, and I know Coordinated Health
will bring a new level of patient care to the Wyoming Valley.
We welcome you back to Whispering Willows Park in what is just an absolutely perfect night for Little League Baseball. Heading to the bottom of the first on the Valley Athletic Supply scoreboard, Cunningham Builders leading Valley Pharmacy by a score of 1-0. Valley Pharmacy will get their first cracks at starting pitcher Matt Abreu. Valley Pharmacy, under the direction of manager Tony Kilker, has this starting lineup. Joe Scuba in center field leads off. John Scuba, the shortstop, will hit second. Michael Kilker, the catcher, hits third. Stephen Papp at third base hits fourth. Brady Pettit, the pitcher, hits fifth. Zach Walp at first base hits sixth. Luke Gennaro, the second baseman, will hit seventh. Sam Shagan in right field hits eighth. And batting ninth, playing left field, is Max Barrett. As I mentioned, facing the right-hander Matt Abreu. Behind Abreu defensively at first base is Kit Dan Zeisen. Second base is Soren Miller. Connor Wolf is at short. Dante LaRocque is at third. In left field, Kane Cash. In center field, Gavin Guzza. And Zach Mahalik is in right. Antonio Daganero is the catcher for the right-hander, Matt Abreu. And Fred, we talked about the first two hitters of Cunningham Builders. What would that Mr. Thompson be saying with a left-handed catcher down there in Antonio Daganero?
Well, how about that? I mean, even more amazing. I mean, he has a left-handed catcher's mitt. So he takes this serious. That is as rare as you find.
And before you even see this young man play, I think the biggest honor this young man gets, he's put in such a tough position as a 9-year-old.
Wow, I didn't realize he's just a 9-year-old. That's amazing. Anytime in Little League where you're playing anywhere regularly as a 9-year-old, that's impressive. To do it as a catcher, there's no tougher position. I've long believed, Marty, that if you're going to have a really good Little League team, one of your better players got to be your catcher.
And the other tough position, Connor Wolf, the shortstop, he's also left-handed, playing the position. That's it to the right side by Joe Scuba, and he's going to be a leadoff base runner for Valley Pharmacy to start this ball game off.
Well, I noticed that, and they got a lot of left-handers, the third baseman and the shortstop. Now, I got to watch that. You could have a little trouble with that because you're making the throw to first. Honestly, I've never understood why it was looked down upon if you were a left-handed catcher.
Somewhere along the way, Freddie, I think it's one of those unwritten rules in baseball that nobody could ever really figure out.
Yeah, I'd have to agree with you. No one's given me a good explanation, so we'll see what this young man does.
John Scuba, the shortstop, steps in. As Joe Scuba is at first, nobody out here in the bottom of the first. Valley Pharmacy trailing 1-0 on the Valley Athletic Supply scoreboard. The 2-0 pitch. 3-0 the count.
Be interesting to see. One of the problems with a left-handed third baseman, if you put a bunt down, very, very difficult play for that third baseman if he's a left-hander.
And especially with a runner on base, even if you get to it quickly, makes it very tough because you have to spin around if you're thinking of going to second base.
Right, you got to almost pirouette it, and that makes it difficult.
It's one lined into right center field, going all the way to the wall. Joe Scuba on his way to third. John is into second, and Joe Scuba is being waved in. He will score to tie the game at 1. RBI double John Scuba. He advanced to third on the throw home.
Marty, that ball went through the infield not more than a foot or two off the ground, and it got to the wall so quick. I mean, you want to talk about a rope? Really, really struck well.
And Kilker, first pitch swing, lines it in the left field for a base hit. Coming in to score is John Scuba. Kilker on his way to second. He's going to try for 3. And Wolf will run it in as Valley Pharmacy quickly has taken a 2-1 lead.
Well, we know this Valley Pharmacy team is undefeated and in first place down here. Now, we've only seen a couple of batters, but they're teeing off. You can see these guys know a little bit about hitting.
brings up third baseman Stephen Papp. Takes first pitch low for a ball, 1-0. Stephen's player bio brought to you by Burger Family Dealerships. His favorite food is pizza. He wants to become an engineer when he grows up. And what you don't see there, and I wanted to mention this, I was looking at this earlier on. In the section for siblings, it says 4 sisters, 3 older including twins, 1 younger, and the comment underneath that was typed in was, yep, where was his parents thinking, poor guy?
Well, look at it this way. When he gets older, they'll all be there to take care of him.
There you go. And there he drives this one to right field off the wall. Kilker will score easily. Papp on his way to second with an RBI double.
The big kid looks athletic, and he showed it right there. Drove it off the wall, missed a home run by just a little bit. And Valley just continuing early on here in this first inning to put out a hitting clinic.
Brings up Brady Pettit, the pitcher. Went into the dugout down 1-0. He steps up to bat with 3 on the board. He's got a 2-run lead and another runner in scoring position.
Nobody out.
1-1 the count on Pettit. The Burger Family Dealership player bio on Brady Pettit. His favorite food is steak, and his favorite athlete is Ben Revere of the Phillies. And lately, you used to be able to say center fielder, but lately he's been playing all 3 outfield positions for the Phils, as they're trying to find ways to get other guys in, but keep his hot bat in the lineup. This one's popped up in the infield. Coming over to make the catch is Dan Zeisen for out number 1.
We needed an out there somewhere, and they did get it, so let's see what happens here. But this Valley team, this Valley Pharmacy, they have hitters 1 through 9.
Zach Walp, the first baseman, down the count, no balls and a strike. And Zach's player bio brought to you by Burger Family Dealerships. Favorite athlete, Le'Veon Bell. Wants to be either a pro football player, baseball player, or be in sports medicine. And his favorite food, now if he's doing this together, Fred, he's got quite an appetite, steak/barbecue ribs. Grounded to short, off the glove of Wolfen into the outfield. Papp will score. And it's now 4-1 Valley Pharmacy.
Well, again, another very hard hit ball that they couldn't make the play on in the infield. And again, to show you how hard the ball is hit, in an eyelash blink, it's gone out to the wall, and that might be the longest single we've seen all year.
It brings up Luke Gennaro, a 9-year-old starting at second base, and he fouls that one off first base side.
That debate continues. Some little leagues, they go 9 through 12. Some of them divide it up. And boy, you look at this. If you're going to play as a 9-year-old, a catcher, or now a guy in the batter's box, that's got to be a benefit as you get older.
Count evens at 1-1. Had a look at the player bio, brought to you by Burger Family Dealerships for Luke. Favorite food is pizza. Favorite athlete, and Fred, I know you're allowed to just say the captain when you refer to Derek Jeter. As Gennaro hits this one just foul first base side, and had a chance the other night before we were leaving to talk to another outstanding athlete in the Gennaro family, his uncle Ryan, who we all know plays high school football at Hazelton area and played his baseball at Hazel Township Little League. And Uncle Ryan's saying that he got all of his athletic abilities and maybe not his father gave it to him. So I don't know. We'll have to see as that goes on through the Gennaro family. But a nice play by Abreu on that comebacker to get the second out. Moving up to second is Walp, but 2 down here in the first. That brings up the right fielder, Sam Shagan. Looking at Sam's player bio, brought to you by Burger Family Dealerships. Favorite food, macaroni and cheese. And looking at his bat, Fred, he almost looks a little bit black and yellow. The color of the Steelers, which is favorite athlete, Antonio Brown.
Might not be a coincidence.
And one bounces up there. Doganero keeps it in front of him.
I'm guessing that's the new thing. I don't see any bats that are aluminum in color, the gray aluminum. Every one is a fluorescent, either orange, green, or yellow.
And Abreu comes back to get the strikeout to end the inning, but Valley Pharmacy answers Cunningham Builders in their half of the first, putting 4 on the board on 5 hits, a runner left on. Through an inning, Valley Pharmacy leads at 4-1. The Valley West Little League Showcase brought to you by Coordinated Health. Better together.
Third Base Luncheonette, still making memories after all these years.
We welcome you back to Whispering Willows Park in Cunningham. Overhead shot from the veteran of our crew, Mr. Mike Lula. He's got a fishing net, fishing pole, and a little basket that in case he wants to place his order, he can send it down there. And some basketball. Still do not see Ned McNeilis out there, but here on the baseball diamond on the Valley Athletic Supply scoreboard, hitting to the top of the second, Valley Pharmacy leading Cunningham Builders by a score of 4-1. Coming up for Cunningham Builders, it'll be Soren Miller, followed by Zach Mahalik and Kane Cash. And Soren Miller, the second baseman, steps into the batter's box to face Brady Pettit. First pitch taken for a ball, 1-0. Looking at Soren's player bio, brought to you by Burger Family Dealerships. Soren's favorite athlete also is the captain, Derek Jeter. His favorite food is tomatoes. And when he grows up, very simple, Fred. This 9-year-old wants to attend Penn State and be the Lion mascot.
Marty, I've heard you read a lot of those bios over the years. That's a first.
That one lined off the glove of Pettit. Miller is going to be retired on a nice play by Stephen Papp at third base. Not giving up on that one and getting the out at first.
Exactly right. The nice play there is the fact that when he knocked it down and didn't field it cleanly, kept his poise, picked it up, knew he still had time, and just nipped him with the throw. Been real easy for him on that first bobble to say, forget it.
Zach Mahalik fouls that one off. One strike to count on the right fielder for Cunningham Builders.
Very important. Yeah, you want to watch the game, singles, doubles, triples, etc. Very important at this age level to watch these little fundamental things.
Zach's player bio brought to you by Burger Family Dealership. Favorite food is tacos. Favorite athlete, I haven't seen a lot of these so far to this point, but a New York Metropolitan in David Wright. And when he grows up, another one of these way too smart for me, Fred. He would like to be a marine biologist. As Pettit gets the strikeout for out number 2. That'll bring up the left fielder, Kane Cash.
Another lefty. What's this, the third left-hand swinger for Cunningham Builders? Well, we saw that with the gloves, the catchers, and in the infield. They have a lot of lefties.
1-0 the count on Kane Cash. Get the pitch first. 2-0 the count on Kane. His player bio brought to you by Burger Family Dealerships. His favorite food is cheesesteak stromboli, and his favorite athlete, and if we can go from the legend Harry Kalas, Michael Jack Schmidt.
Going to be interesting. Baseball having this contest. You go online and vote the 4 greatest living players. And obviously, 2 of them, Mays and Aaron, are going to be there. The last 2, Mike Schmidt in the discussion.
And when you talk about Schmidt, you could get in an argument, but greatest third baseman all around that I saw play.
Ever. I mean, the numbers back that up.
As Cash draws the 2-out walk. Bring it back to the top of the order, and Connor Wolf, the shortstop. He's 1 for 1, doubled and scored the only run in the first for Cunningham Builders. And I think you're going to get in a lot of heated debates when they name the 4 Mount Rushmore players for each team through their history.
Yeah, some will be easy, and some will be difficult, and then they're going to do the 4 greatest living players, and that's why I said, in my own mind, Schmidt's at least got to be in the discussion. Mays and Aaron, I think, are a lock.
And it's not so much like it used to be, where you used to punch your ballot, and depending who had big homestands, and you get the rush of votes. Now you can vote on the internet, but it'd be interesting to see what the hometown Cincinnati vote is. And they're saying he's going to have a role. What role exactly does Pete Rose have? And I think that'll be constantly debated, probably even after the fact.
And the other 800-pound elephant in the room is Barry Bonds. I mean, the numbers say he's one of the greatest living players, but will the fans say no? So it's going to be interesting.
Bounded back to Pettit. He'll retire Wolf and throw an inning and a half. Valley Pharmacy continues to lead 4-1 to the Valley West Little League Showcase, brought to you by Coordinated Health, better together.
Penn State is right here in the Hazleton area.
We're top ranked by corporate recruiters.
We have 4-year degrees, so you can finish here or at another Penn State campus.
There's new scholarship money available.